welcome to Cinema Express. This is the cinema division of the New Indian Express.
Thank you.
So you're once again, you're playing an actor in Halal Love Story. So is there a relatable aspect of that character that you found exciting? That, or is this?
Definitely. As a character, it is definitely very exciting because there is the cinema and there is a cinema inside the cinema.
Yeah.
So this character's name is Sharif, and he's basically a bad actor. So we're considering considering actors for the cinema inside the cinema. He's probably the last option among many. But then we end up coming back to Sharif, and Sharif gets casted as the lead in this film. So there is that thin line, because there are these portions where Sharif performs inside the movie.
Yeah.
And so he's not a good actor, so he has to be bad. So, so with your experience in cinema over the past 18 years, when you get a character, you tend to make it good. You work hard to make it good, but then that was not possible here. It was all about portraying it as bad as you can.
As bad as.
But there was this confusion among everybody about how much that can go, because portions of the cinema inside cinema, how much Sharif could perform, to what level he could go. It shouldn't be artificial at the same time. It should look very naturally bad. Is what I'd like to say. So on that regard, it was very challenging, and we had our own discussions among ourselves, and we had multiple takes in the same scene with different options, and we used to see those takes and decide on which take to keep okay. So it was a very challenging process as an actor to be discussing so much and to be giving different takes on different lines and deciding on which one to keep. It's very interesting on that regard. Sharif was.
Okay. Yeah. So this is actually a virus reunion of sorts, right? If you think about like some of the crew and cast members who are in this movie.
Yeah, because Zakaria and me, we acted together in Virus. That's where we met first. And after Virus, the movie got released, and after a couple of months, he called me. He told me he wants to narrate a subject to me. And then that's when Zakaria and Mohsin came home and narrated this whole thing to me. And even Mohsin, for that matter, we are very close because we did work on Virus together. So it was a regrouping of sorts. So see, always when you work with people whom you always have that freedom to discuss and, improvise on everything. So there was a lot of communication around that regard with the director and the writer as well. And this being a new backdrop and a different kind of character, which I haven't portrayed before, because it is set in Malabar, in northern Kerala, and there is this slang which every character follows. I'm not very used to how people live there, or how they behave or how they talk and all that. And Zakaria and Mohsin are from that area. So on that regard, I used to have a lot of talking and communication with both the director and the writer. And there was huge help from their side to get Sharif on tracks. And for me, it was a whole new experience because I've never tried something like this before. I have done films based on Trivandrum city and Cochin city and whatnot, but this is the first time I was doing something like this. So that was pretty exciting for me as an actor.
I mean, I loved your character in Virus because it was a standout character, because like everybody in the film is so super serious and the entire mood is like dark, and then you came in.
No. The real person is like that, The real person is like that. Yeah.
You kind of diffuse the tension, So.
Yeah, right.
And but for that character, there was a reference point. I think he was your friend, the real life character.
He was my friend, Gopa Kumar. He used to be in charge of exhuming the bodies after the Nipah virus got affected in Calicut. He used to take care of all that section and all that. So he used to be my friend from childhood, and he was from Trivandrum. So and he has this slight Trivandrum accent whenever he talks, So I used to meet him regularly on location and even during evenings and all that. So somehow after one day of shoot, me and Ashik sat and we spoke, and Ashik suddenly asked me, like, if you feel comfortable with the Trivandrum slang, I think you should go ahead with it because this real person is from Trivandrum. So that's how it came into the picture.
So for that you had a reference. So what do you do? Like, what is your process like when there is no reference? I mean, you can't draw from real life inspirations for a character.
See, my basic preparation is communication. See, I want to believe that I'm a director's actor, a writer's actor. So my preparation is talking with them. Like before I go to the sets, before I go to the location, once I commit a movie, there is a lot of talk that happens between me and the director and the writer. I would want to give them the best of what they want out of me. So I'm sure they'll have a picture, like people like Zakaria or Mohsin, they definitely are serious movie lovers. So they definitely have a picture of how they want the character to be. And as long as they're very communicative, by the time I reach the location, I'd have a clear picture about what exactly I have to do there. so that you can just concentrate on the last minute improvisations.
Yeah.
So my basic preparation is talking with the writer and the director, irrespective of whatever film it is. I do a lot of talking. I'm very comfortable with people who communicate a lot, and these people being friends and people whom I know, it was very easy for me to work in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you excelled both in comic and serious roles, and some of your best roles, even something like Amen or Takol, or even the Vattajayan character in Left Right Left. There is a small undercurrent of humor even in the serious roles. Is this something that humor something that you try to incorporate into your?
No, I don't try to incorporate anything into a character. I just do what I'm asked to do. That's it.
Okay.
Be it Vattajayan or Amin or whatever movie. Amin was a complete Lijo's film. So Lijo used to Lijo was very particular about how his actors have to be, how the character has to be, and how you need to perform and all that. So this reminds me of an incident because I never knew that I was the Punyalan in Amin when I was acting in it. Because on the day when that scene was shot, that Lijo came and told me that you're the Punyalan in it. So I was like, oh my god! So what did I do all these days? Was I doing the right thing, or was I acting well, or so so he's got this very strange way of dealing with actors, and which is very interesting. And we have this bond more than a director-actor relationship. We share a great bond as friends. And even with films like Left, Right, Left, there's a lot of talking that happens. I talk a lot to Murali. I spoke a lot. Even for that matter, Lucifer, being brothers, we have that brother comfort level. But still, I used to talk to him a lot. He used to tell me how exactly he wants the character to be, how he wants Govardhan to talk, how he wants Govardhan's body language and whatnot. And I try to give him the best I can. That's my process of preparing and approaching a character.
Nice. Now, when I spoke to Prithviraj last time, I asked him a favorite character of Indrajith, and he said, "What is it? Is there a Prithviraj role that you find like your favorite?"
I loved him in Mumbai Police. I loved him in Today. I loved him in Vastavam.
Yeah.
Many. He's like 100 plus now. So, suddenly when you ask me a list, I don't know. But then these are two of my favorite characters.
Okay. I mean, you both share great chemistry in comic timing in Double Barrel, which I loved. One of my favorites. And also Amar Akbar Anthony. So is there something that we can expect again? I think you're doing a film with Irshad Parari, Ayalvashi.
Yes, Ayalvashi, which is on the cards, but I'm not sure when the shoot is going to start because there are a few sequences in the movie which requires a big amount of crowd. So I don't know if it's going to be possible to shoot that film now. I guess it's going to be postponed to next year. But it's a very, very interesting subject. Very interesting subject. Something like never before the brothers have come together. Probably I think the last movie we came together was Lucifer, but we didn't have any combos. And before that was Amar Akbar Andoni. So this is going to be something new for both of us.
To
explore ourselves as actors and the subject and the backdrop, everything. It's very interesting. I don't want to talk much about it because I don't know when.
Fine. I think there was also a talk of you both doing a Srinath Rajendra film or something. Is there any update?
Yeah, that was also there on cards, but I think the project got dropped because there were practical difficulties. It was based on a rally that happens in Himalayas and all that. So we could shoot only during a particular month in the year, which is October, November. And the year which we planned it did not go according to schedule, and we had to cancel the whole schedule and plan it later. And then slowly I guess Srinath got onto Kurup, and then he was onto the research behind Kurup and all that. So I couldn't work with Srinath during then, but later we did gang up together for Kurup. Me and Durga, we played two important characters in the film. So I'm really actually 2019 was a very busy year, and all those films were scheduled to release in 2020. So apart from Halal Love Story, there are 4 other films. One of them is Kurup also.
And Turumugam is there. And
Turumugam is there. And there is a sports drama, which is based on the tug of war. Then there was another film with Jitu Joseph with Laletan, titled Ram. We did finish the India schedule of the movie, and we've got 40 days shoot left in London, which I believe will only happen next year. Just waiting.
I think recently some actors are getting into production. Do you have any plans like that to get into direction or?
I do have plans for both direction and production as well. I don't want to formally announce it right now, but then there is a plan behind my mind, and I'm preparing towards it. And when it's time, I definitely announce my projects.
How's being a father? Did that influence your choices in recently, like decisions or anything? Fatherhood. How did that change your perspective
on cinema?
Cinema or
And see, it's all different phases of life, right? You're not like how you are when you're 25, when you're 40. It's different. It's a totally different time period. It's a totally different phase of life. So it's a learning process. It's a never-ending learning process. So now I'm enjoying this phase at home. Now I'm spending a lot of time with children. Like last year, since I was very busy with all these movies, I had very little time at home. So these past 7 or 8 months, I'd like to look at it at a very positive note, where I got to spend some quality time with children, and so which they also enjoyed to a big level. And so it's always like that. I'm like more like a friend to them. So I don't think my perspective on life or cinema has changed because of them, but probably I'm also on the learning curve as a father.
Yeah.
So I'm just what I am, and they have the freedom to come and talk to me about anything. We're more like buddies, actually.
Do you and your children share the same interest, like same taste in cinema, or is it like different?
Not really. They have very individualistic takes on cinema and music and all that. But then there are times when we gang up and watch something, we do strike on something common, and we decide to go after it. That's there. We've been having conflicts at home for the past 6 months on what on OTT. They want to watch something. We want to watch something else. So, it's a never-ending thing.
Yeah. Kurupu, anything like when can we? I mean, it's very highly anticipated. I mean, you're playing a co-op also.
See, there are a few films which definitely demand the theater experience, and Kurup is one among them because it's a big film. There's a huge production involved in it, and we shot almost over a year in different locations in India. The project is complete, done with the dubbing, everything. So I guess we will have to wait till the theaters open up completely, like not partially, but completely, to release the movie. And even Thurumagam, for that matter, is waiting in line. Both these films are complete, but because we'll have to wait till 2021 when things are clear, when the air is clear.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. All the best for Halal Love Story.
Thank you so much.